I arrived in Asheville, North Carolina, eager for a peaceful retreat from the hustle and bustle of city life. I had booked a secluded cabin through Airbnb, hoping to find solace in the quiet wilderness that surrounded me. The cabin was charming and cozy, nestled among the tall trees and lush greenery of the forest. It seemed like the perfect place to unwind and recharge. As I settled in, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The air in the cabin felt heavy, almost suffocating, and a sense of unease lingered in the back of my mind. I brushed it off as my imagination running wild in the unfamiliar surroundings and tried to focus on enjoying my stay. But as night fell and the darkness enveloped the cabin, strange noises began to echo through the stillness. Faint whispers seemed to drift up from beneath the creaking floorboards, like ghosts trying to communicate from the depths below. I told myself it was just the old house settling, the sound of nature outside, anything to rationalize the creeping sense of dread that gnawed at my insides. One evening, as I paced around the living room, my foot caught on something soft under the threadbare rug. Curiosity piqued. I knelt down and pulled back the rug to reveal a trapdoor hidden beneath. My heart pounded in my chest as I hesitated, the flickering lamplight casting eerie shadows across the worn wooden floor. With trembling hands, I lifted the door to reveal a dark, yawning void below. Cautiously, I descended the creaking stairs into the basement, my breath coming in short, shallow gasps. The air was musty and thick with the scent of decay, sending a shiver down my spine. As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I saw shadows of forgotten belongings scattered haphazardly around the room. Old clothing, dusty trinkets, and scraps of paper covered in scrawled messages that made my skin crawl. My heart raced as realization dawned on me. These were the possessions of previous guests who had never left, trapped in this sinister underground chamber by some unknown force. Panic gripped me as I frantically searched for a way out, my mind reeling with horror at the fate that had befallen those who came before me. Just as I turned to flee back up the stairs, I heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps above me. The floorboards creaked under the weight of someone, or something, moving across them. My blood ran cold as I realized I was not alone in the cabin, that a presence lurked just out of sight, watching and waiting. And then he appeared, materializing out of the darkness like a phantom. The host who had been living secretly in the cabin all along, a twisted smile on his face as he locked eyes with mine. His gaze was cold and calculating, sending a chill down my spine that no amount of warm firelight could dispel. In a desperate bid for escape, I lunged towards the stairs, but he was faster. With a swift motion, he slammed the trapdoor shut, the heavy thud echoing through the basement like a death knell. I was trapped, the suffocating darkness closing in around me as I struggled to find a way out. Adrenaline coursed through my veins as I frantically searched for an exit, my hands scrabbling at the walls in a blind panic. It was then that I saw it, a small window, barely big enough to squeeze through, but my only hope for freedom. Summoning every ounce of strength and courage I had left, I hurled myself towards the window, the glass shattering into a million shards as I crashed through it and tumbled into the night air. Gasping for breath, I scrambled to my feet and flowed into the woods, the dense foliage tearing at my clothes and skin. Behind me, I heard the faint rustle of leaves and snapping twigs, the sound of pursuit following close behind. But when I turned back, there was no one there, just the darkness and silence of the night. I never looked back as I ran, the horror of that night burning itself into my memory like a brand. The cabin, once a sanctuary, now stood as a haunted monument to the evil that lurked beneath its floorboards, and the host, a specter in the shadows, would forever haunt my nightmares, a reminder of the darkness that dwells in the most unsuspecting places. As I emerged from the woods, trembling and exhausted, I knew that I had escaped with my life. But the memory of that night would never truly leave me. It was a trauma that would linger, a story of horror and survival that would stay with me forever, a chilling reminder of the darkness that waits in the hidden corners of the world.